The effects of poverty or low SES on the brain and its development are well documented. By age 3, children from higher SES backgrounds have heard 30 million more words than children from lower SES. In fact, by the age of 3, the impoverished student has only a third of the gray matter. Further studies show that MRI tracks an increasing surface area available in children as the income level grows. But today, we are going to focus specifically on the parasylvian region of the brain, the area that is responsible for communication, comprehension, understanding, and triggers memory centers. And we are going to touch on the impulse control centers of the brain, the hippocampus, the amygdala, and prefrontal cortex, which also show measurable growth differences in SES students. I think we can all agree that impulse control affects learning in our classroom as well. In fact, by the age of 5, the low SES student is measurably 15 months behind the national average. And by high school, that disparity has grown to 5 years. 5 years! The difference between a high school brain and a 4th or 5th grade brain. And they walk through your door. By the time they get to you, they are often disillusioned, apathetic, and have low self-efficacy. It doesn't matter. Somehow you have to get them ready for the STAR test. No, you have to get them ready for life, for colleges, careers, families, voting. Wait, you can only do what you can do. But can't we do more? Beyond our basic literacy goals, we are going to view this initiative as a way to use our strategies to build other foundational knowledge commonly missing in our low SES students. We touched on the impulse control centers of the low SES earlier. The hippocampus, which processes learning and memory, is generally smaller in our poverty students, while the amygdala, which processes danger and emotional responses, is hyperactive. That means that your students' problems with learning, staying focused, and even behavior are oftentimes triggered by innate things that they don't understand, disabilities that are not visible and often not dealt with. As I dug deeper into my students' needs, I discovered some commonalities. In primary grades, most of them had moved numerous times, which is common in low SES populations, but also adds to their missing basic building block instruction. Most had no books at home, no history of being read to. They struggle with basic comprehension, and even that takes a nosedive when we looked at analysis and inferencing habits. However, when I discovered the issues with brain development, the pieces of my puzzle started to fall into place. When I came to understand that the parasylvian area is damaged by poverty and affects their basic literacy, when I look at the discipline records of our Title I school in comparison to our upper SES, the numbers are 2.5 times higher. And I remember that their impulse control centers work differently. Then I start looking at the problem differently. How can I help them understand this deficit? Will it make a difference in the self-efficacy if I can help them name their beast and teach them how to fight it? Can I learn to be the teacher that they need? I grew more flexible. I assessed things differently. I saw them differently, accepted them for who they are and where they are. My academic numbers went up, my discipline referrals went down, my participation grew, and the apathy declined. It was not perfect by any means, but they want to understand that they are not stupid, that there is a reason to try. As we prepared for the pilot reading program, we tested all of the incoming freshmen. The numbers were so low that we immediately opened another section. Even then, we limited the support students to those that were not receiving additional support via ESL or SPED classes, and still had to cut the literacy numbers to anyone below 6th grade level. However, with the focused strategies and extra support, an average of 35% of our students increased a grade level before the fall Common Assessment. So, we are supporting the students 5th grade and below. That means that in your classes, you have students that are only a couple of years from being on level that are getting no additional support. We would like to explore the idea of giving them that support through you, our English teachers, math teachers, history teachers, fine arts teachers, and even our coaches. This is a campus-wide initiative because literacy does not belong in the English classes. Our students need all of us. You are all being invited to join us as we begin our action research plan to bridge the gaps that are holding our students down. We will be looking at how we can identify foundational literacy gaps. What strategies can we implement to correct these issues? And how can administrators best support student and faculty growth in a poverty population? So part of our research will be looking for materials that will both fit our skill needs and introduce life skills and metacognition. Come equipped with your best ideas. Nothing is too odd. This is our chance to get out of our comfort zone and make a difference. If these students do not find someone that can help them rebuild, we can make room for their children as we watch the perpetuation of generational poverty replay itself in our classrooms. They deserve better from us. Surely we can do something.